Hi, I'm David Ingram with the Tipp Center, and I would like to introduce to you the president and CEO of Pure Social, Doug Wade. Hello, Doug.
Hi, David. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How
Good.
are you today?
Doing great. Thank you.
Doug, could you tell us a little bit about Pure Social?
Sure, David. First of all, thank you for allowing us to come into the Tipp Center. This has been an amazing experience for us. I encourage everyone to contact the Tipp Center and look at the services that are available here for space, for office space, whether it be permanent or temporary space. Just an amazing layout, an amazing facility to use for business. But yeah, let me tell you a little bit about Pure Social. So we've been here for a few months. We specialize in social media marketing. We also help businesses grow through marketing data and analytics. We also have our own studio here at the Tipp Center, which is a sort of a podcast studio / news studio. And we're opening this up for the community to use so they can bring more attention to their businesses in this current day of the lockdowns that have occurred across the country.
Yeah.
It's been harder for businesses to be able to grow and to get awareness of their businesses.
Yeah.
So what we hope to do is to open up the studio here for businesses to be able to utilize to get their message out, to help them to market their companies, and to give them a voice.
So, Doug, how do they get started in that process of scheduling or getting something set up to be able to do a podcast?
So you can contact us here through the Tipp Center or contact us online. Our website is puresocialnetwork.com, which is our social media platform. And we also have puresocial.tv, which is our video network. So you can always reach out to us there through the contact forms. And there are some phone numbers available as well. If you just search us out there online, you will also see the phone number.
Okay. Yeah. You mentioned Pure Social Network, and I have kept up with Pure Social Network. Could you tell us a little bit about what that is?
Sure. Yeah. Thank you. Pure Social Network is a social media platform. We developed a platform to make that available to individuals and to companies that have sort of lost their voice. We're seeing a lot of censorship right now online through major platforms. And so we built Pure Social Network to give people their voice back. We also feel that some of the major big tech platforms out there have utilized their technology for harm, where we see a lot of toxic conversations out there with people, whether they're on the right or the left of the political spectrum, whether it's about race, whether it's about healthcare, whatever the things that are coming up in these conversations, we feel like they have created this sort of toxic environment. And so for Pure Social Network, our goal is to create technology and to utilize technology for good.
Okay. So, there's a lot of censorship, or I would say I have noticed a tremendous amount of social censoring or even thought control to a certain degree with, what they consider fact checking. A lot of things will just flat disappear off of social media. I remember a Facebook group that had, within 3 weeks, had multiple millions of followers, and they just turned it off.
Right.
If a person goes over to Pure Social Network, is that something that they need to be concerned with, and what's the differences?
That's a very good question. With the current social media environment, each of these platforms are utilizing their own version of what fact checking looks like. Unfortunately, all the fact checking is occurring from them, from organizations they've hired to do the fact checking. So these people are getting paid by the platforms. What we're developing for Pure Social Network is our own version of a fact checking scoring system, and that will be crowd driven. And so it's a unique approach to how we feel like the people are sort of back in control of the narrative and these conversations around the topics of the day. So we're excited about that because it's a new adventure for us to build a technology, like I said before, that really creates sort of a giving back, a good
That's very
element
interesting.
of
So
why we would do what we do.
Crowdsourced fact checking.
That's correct.
So is it do they vote on it, or how does that work exactly?
Yeah, it would be a simple up or down vote like what you see now, but all the magic happens in the back end when folks are rating, news or articles or sources of news.
I see.
So, and in our mind, everyone now really has become their own source of media, because we have so many folks out online right now that are utilizing this technology to kind of build their own podcast, their own story, their own show.
Okay.
And so we want to support all the folks that need that voice. They need that platform to be able to, share the truth, to be able to provide information that people are not getting anywhere else. And so we feel like the timing is right on something like that.
Doug, I know that you travel quite a bit. You're in and out of the Tipp Center quite frequently, and where are you going? Where is it that you're off to and back again?
Yeah, so I do a lot of travel. We have a lot of partners. We have a lot of folks that around the country that we've worked with that are really customers of ours, and there are a lot of sort of high-profile social media influencers. We have a lot of events that we attend as well to get the story out, letting people know about Pure Social Network. And then we also have, commercial customers that we do work with as well. So some of the other things that we've been doing is just kind of a sideline sort of fun thing that we do is we'll go out to a lot of events and we'll just record those events, because we feel like a lot of people in the mainstream legacy media are not pulling the weight of getting the story. And it seems as though the folks that we see now on the screen are paid actors. They're not even real journalists. And so we feel like there's a move towards getting real journalism back. And we want to help to spur that and encourage people to do more of that.
I've seen that myself, where in days gone by, journalism had to be fact checked, before it was put out, not afterwards.
Right.
And, everything had to be done very precisely and accurately. And you could trust, that there was a certain level of professionalism that went into getting this story and getting it right, getting it correct.
Right.
That does seem to have disappeared by and large.
Yeah, I agree. We have always said that journalism is dead in America and that we are the media now. That is never rings more true than it is today, as we've seen.
Yes, it is. It is definitely something that we are getting into the point that it's hard to trust media, the media or social media a lot of times, because there's so much biased, I would say, information that, I can recall if you watch something on the news, they basically say these are the facts. And then it was kind of up to the viewer to interpret what they thought might be going on. But that doesn't seem to be the case anymore. It seems to be very, like this is what you need to believe.
Yeah, I think today in our country, unfortunately, the freedom to choose has kind of gone by the wayside when it comes to our health, when it comes to the information that's being, kind of thrown at us, like you said. We're on information overload. And I think that's by design. When you have so much information coming in, it's really hard to decipher truth from fiction. So we feel like with Pure Social Network and the goal of Pure Social Network in creating technology for good, we can help people to decide what information is accurate, what information is worthy of my time, and then create meaningful conversation again and bring unity back to our country.
I have seen several of the interviews that you have done, and I was very impressed by the people, the caliber of the individuals that you were interviewing, the information that they had to share. Not only that, but the in-depth study that they had already done before you had interviewed them. Was there a favorite interview that you did, and is there anybody that you're looking forward to interview?
There's a lot of people that I have lined up to talk with. That's a good question. I've enjoyed every one of them because the folks that we talk to are very, very intelligent people. They, like you said, they're very experienced. They're very credible. But it seems as though in the media today, they've been silenced.
Yes.
And the question is, why are they silenced? Why can't their voices be heard? So we tend to align ourselves with people that have information that is relevant to what we're going through today. And so that's sort of my goal in building the shows, is to have the right speakers that are relevant to what's going on today, and to really address on more of an intellectual level the information that's being provided, so that people can really listen, think for themselves, decide for themselves, and then be able to, live their lives based on that information. That's not what's occurring right now, which we want to hope to bring that right back into the social media sphere.
Doug, you mentioned that several of these people have been deplatformed, and deplatforming is a big issue in our day, especially in the last 6 months to the last year. Let's say that one of these interviews that are done, how do we know that they are not going to be deplatformed from Pure Social Network? How do we know that big tech or someone won't close them up, shut them down?
Well, I won't say it's been without challenges. As a small network, as a small free speech network, like many of the other platforms out there, have been challenged with the ability to utilize the basic services that are available, whether they are web hosting services, email services, search marketing services. All those things that we rely on to grow our businesses has become a challenge. And so we have experienced that as well.
Being listed on, I saw recently with, was it Parler, where their apps were taken off of like all the ways that you can download an app. So there's platforms are being silenced.
Right. Yeah, and you have to ask yourself, why is that occurring? Why was Parler such a threat to Apple, to Google, to those that needed an alternate platform from Twitter or Facebook? And so that's why I think people need to start asking the right questions. Were they actually doing something that was dangerous, or was it just that they were growing their audience and becoming very effective? This is really an issue to me of these big tech platforms consuming the market. Which, if you think about that from a legal standpoint, what they're engaging is illegal. And so we have to really start to again ask those questions. And again, I just appreciate the opportunity to be here to kind of work here at the Tipp Center. It's an amazing place to do business. It's exciting to see all the businesses that are coming in as well.
I'm excited
as it grows, and we look forward to working with you more to help these businesses grow as well, utilizing some of the newer technologies that are available today.
That led into a thought that I wanted to share. I was thinking, the Tipp Center is our goal is to be an outlet for small businesses, and that's who we are working with, small business. And, COVID and all of these things, it seems that small businesses are under attack, for lack of a better term. I mean, we had the Walmarts and the big chain stores and those kind of things that were able to stay open. But the small businesses have really struggled. They weren't able to be open, stay open. And even now they're under a tremendous amount of restrictions. So it's been a great pleasure to have you here. We like to know that we're the home of Pure Social. And I know that you work with small businesses. Facebook and Twitter and these large companies, they've kind of created a backlash, which is an opportunity for people like Pure Social to fill that niche. Could you tell me a little bit about that? Is that benefiting, this extreme censorship and, this, frustration with being so shut down? Are you seeing people come over to your network because of it? What impact is that having for Pure Social?
We've had a huge influx of people come in the last few weeks, actually. So it's been exciting to see the growth. It's not how we planned the growth, but we certainly are taking the growth and being able to provide the services to those that are disenfranchised, those that are just, they're irritated with the current environment. tired of being silenced, tired of being kind of fighting against this whole wave of censorship. And so, again, it's made it really easy for us to grow. We're excited about the growth. We're happy with the new community that we're building on Pure Social Network, and we look forward to more growth in the future.
Well, I just want to thank you so much for this opportunity to sit down with you and learn more about Pure Social and share with the people what's going on here at the Tipp Center and with Pure Social. I know this is a partnership that's going to last for years, and I'm excited to see what happens in the years to come.
All right. Thank you, David.
Thank you very much.